Hi crypto peeps, hope you're doing well, and today's date is 25th of October 2023, and wow, if you're into crypto, what an amazing couple of days we've had with some big interest in Bitcoin. As you can see here right now, Bitcoin is trading at around about $34,000 and change, so up $2 or $3 grand. It went up to 35 at one point, and this was all because of some BlackRock Bitcoin ETF news that hit the news, hit Twitter, made the price go up. Personally, I think this whole thing's manipulated. They're testing waters to see what the interest would be. But with that, let's get straight to the news, shall we? And I'm afraid it's going to be Bitcoin dominated because, as we said, it's pushing the market and waiting for all these ETF trusts to be approved. I think there's around about 11 of them out there at the moment waiting for approval. That is going to bring a huge influx of new prospects into the Bitcoin sphere as everyone will start wanting to trade and own Bitcoin. So with that, let's get straight to the news, shall we? Okay, so my first piece of news here is on the street. I'm talking about crypto. Major investment firm says Bitcoin products could soon see a $450 billion inflow. A new report from the $1 billion firm predicts a spot Bitcoin ETF will drive a 74% increase in Bitcoin's price in its first year. Investment firm Galaxy Digital estimated that the incremental inflows into Bitcoin investment products could soon reach from $125 billion to $450 billion. They go on to say the approval for a US regulated spot Bitcoin ETF will be one of the most impactful catalysts for the adoption of Bitcoin and also crypto as an asset class. According to the report, there will likely be a much larger impact on Bitcoin demand from a second-order effects of a Bitcoin ETF approval. Approvals of pending spot Bitcoin ETF projects, such as the one proposed by BlackRock that is currently under regulatory review, could usher some $200 billion into the Bitcoin market, according to some analysts. As with all the news, I'm just reading snippets or bites of information. It's all down below, so check out down below for the full news and the full links to really inform yourself. Moving on here to the next piece of news. This is on the Bitcoin. It's mass crypto exodus, why major exchanges are delisting tokens at unprecedented rates. Now, you guys have followed us for a while at CryptoViewing, now Future Forecasting Group, and we've been saying for many years now, we've been going for 5 years, that, with the expansion of cryptos, and when we started, it started off around about 3,000, I think we're around about 10x on that now. I think we're around about 30,000 active cryptos out there at the moment. We knew, and we've been telling you over the years, that a huge proportion of those are going to fall away. 90% of those are going to disappear. They're going to be gone. They're not going to be realized, and we're going to be left with a core value of them. So we're starting to see this happen now. Some major exchanges are delisting some tokens that just aren't working. So going on here, crypto exchanges have recently been making moves to streamline their offerings, and an unprecedented number of digital tokens are being shown the exit. According to data compiled by Keiko, the numbers are clear. 3,445 tokens or trading pairs are on the chopping block, having been rendered inactive or slated for imminent delisting. Coinbase Global and Binance, the two behemoths in cryptocurrency exchanges, have been proactive in this culling exercise. Surprisingly, this month alone has seen over 100 tokens being delisted from these platforms. Coinbase removed 80 pairs just in October. Meanwhile, another significant player, OKX, has already culled 172 tokens this year, with Coinbase not being far behind with 176 pairs. Now, despite the sheer volume of tokens available, the trading volumes across most exchanges have taken a significant hit over the last year. Over 1.8 million tokens are up for trade across centralized and decentralized platforms. According to Bloomberg, liquidity has become rare after the events like the FTX scandals and ensuing bankruptcies. Many exchanges in response are opting to funnel it towards more popular and user-favored trading pairs. There's lots more information on this story if that one interests you. But as we said, we are going to see a decrease in some of the cryptos because, people just created them out of nothing at some point. They were just ideas, some of them, that were never going to go anywhere. So we're going to see those fade away, and we're going to see, eventually we're going to see 70-90% of the entire market disappear. So good to see that starting. Get rid of the trash. So moving on to my next piece of news here, and again, I said sorry about this, but it's Bitcoin heavy because Bitcoin is hugely in the news everywhere at the moment. So this is why is Bitcoin's price skyrocketing to 35,000, and this decodes the 5 main reasons. So the Bitcoin price has risen above $35,000 for the first time since early May 2022, for which there are a number of reasons beyond mere speculation. And these are the 5 most important reasons. Now, I'm not going to read all these, guys, but they're there. I'm just going to highlight them. They're there. Check the links down below and read these for yourself. But the number one reason right now is BlackRock's spot Bitcoin ETF approval, which is looming. And this is the primary driver behind the surge, which seems to be the growing anticipation surrounding the possible green light for a spot Bitcoin ETF. The epicenter for this surge is BlackRock, but there are other ones out there as well, like Grayscale and Vanguard, many others coming. The second reason is Grayscale's ETF dispute reaches a conclusion. So yesterday marked a significant juncture in the prolonged tussle between Grayscale and the US Securities and Exchange Commission. The DC Circuit Court of Appeals put an end to the court case, compelling the SEC to revisit the earlier decision to decline Grayscale's proposal to transition its Grayscale Bitcoin Trust into a spot ETF. Essentially, the court told the SEC that they had to relook at it and it wants to get it sorted and fast. The third reason here is Bitcoin short sellers are squeezed. A large portion of the market was caught on the wrong foot and short sellers got wrecked. CoinGlass's data revealed a whopping $161 million in Bitcoin future shorts were liquidated just yesterday, with an additional 35 million ready to go today. There's an emergence of a TWAP buying a Coinbase premium. Skew, which is a well-rendered analyst, highlighted an interesting pattern in Bitcoin's trading. There's a discernible TWAP buyer that has been active since Bitcoin hit around 30k, and the impact of this TWAP buying on the price trajectory seems more pronounced at this time. Now, for those unfamiliar, TWAP, or time-weighted average price, is an algorithmic trading strategy, and its goal is to execute orders over a certain time frame, ensuring that the average price during that period is achieved. Now, this method is used especially for huge orders, helping mitigate any drastic price shifts in the market, and essentially it indicates a major player, possibly an institutional investor, making significant Bitcoin acquisitions. Now, bear in mind the ETF trusts that are being done at the moment, with BlackRock, Vanguard and Grayscale. If those trusts get the approval and go ahead, those institutions have to own the Bitcoin that they're selling onto their traders. They have to own it in their banks. So bear in mind that this institutional investors making significant Bitcoin acquisitions are probably those institutions right now in the background. Moving on to point 5 here, Max paying for gamma shorts in the options market. So have a look at that. He basically goes and say we are approaching max gains for gamma shorts. There's lots more details on all this with some charts and everything else. Please look at that information. As we said, everything's pumping at the moment. Everything's Bitcoin central. But things are changing. The end of this year, beginning of next year are going to be huge. And bear in mind as well, guys, on this, we had the Bitcoin halving in April as well, and that always creates a spike on its own. So we have all these events that are culminating, they're coming together. It's going to be a very interesting time. So my next piece of news here is on the CoinDesk, and it's Bitcoin drops 3% after BlackRock Bitcoin ETF is pulled from the DTC's website. So this was the speculation news yesterday that made Bitcoin pump, and then it was pulled later in the day. Personally, I think these are the institutions playing around, checking the market to see what the reactions might be so they can gauge it, testing phases of this, and maybe there's a little bit of manipulation going on there as well. So Bitcoin quickly fell more than 3% from its perch near $35,000 late Tuesday morning, after the ticker for BlackRock's BLK Spot Bitcoin ETF, which was titled IBTC, was removed from the Depository Trust and Clearing Corporation's website. The ticker's appearance on the website yesterday, rightly or wrongly, had investors speculating about an imminent approval for a spot Bitcoin ETF, thus playing a factor in Bitcoin's sharp gain from $30,000 to more than $35,000. Data from the Chicago Mercantile Exchange, or the CME, shows that open interest for Bitcoin futures surged to a record high of 3.4 billion on Monday, demonstrating growth interest from institutional investors. And Bitcoin at last check was trading around about 33,600, still higher by more than 8% over the last 24 hours. So it went up, it came back down again with the news, but as I said, there's manipulation going on, there's testing going on. This is imminent, guys. Keep an eye on it. But also check out the links below. Really do your work on this one. My last piece of news today isn't Bitcoin related, other than it's following the trend of Bitcoin drags all the other altcoins up as well. And this is on Finbold today. And Sheeb Wells moved 50 million as fear of missing out takes over. So Shiba Inu exchange volume increased by 90% to 267 million in the last 24 hours during this week's crypto bull run. Notably, this rally added up close to 300 million in SHIB's market cap from October 23rd to October 24th at the time of publication. Interestingly, these wells moved 48.553 million in Shiba tokens in a day-over-day time frame, with over 6.4 trillion SHIB being transacted in 15 spotted transactions. Among the whales, we could identify Binance, KuCoin, Wintermute Trading, Robinhood, BTC Turk, and a few unknown addresses. So if you're into SHIB and you've got some of the SHIB and you're investing in it, check that out because there seem to be some movements there as well. Personally, I think these are the big exchanges, and everyone knowing that the fear of missing out is going to happen with the rises that's going to happen with the Bitcoin ETF approvals. And everyone's going to be buying into altcoins and all kinds of things. So there's going to be a huge rush of everything going up before they start selling and taking profits. Okay, so with this, we're going to move to my my video-based news now. Now, I have some favorites, and all the top news this last week seemed to come from my favorites, I have to be honest here. So the first one here is from Coin Bureau. It's a great video here. This goes on for 21 minutes, and they basically go, is it the time to buy crypto? And they also have a look at the altcoin accumulation. So if you're a bit of a newbie or a midweight person in this, check that out because it's packed full of really interesting information for you. My next piece of news here again is another one that I subscribe to. They bring out videos every day as title, Altcoin Daily. This goes on for 11 minutes. It's called The Upcoming Market Crash Exposed and Why is Bitcoin Going Up? So again, just general information, but good to have if you're a short to medium term player in this market. You know, you just want general information. And my final piece of news again is go back to Coin Bureau. This is a great video here. They do these every week. This is 22 minutes and it's just general crypto news about the Bitcoin rally, updates to ETH, Sol, Link, and many other altcoins in there. So it's general news, packed full of information, especially if you're on the go. Have a look at that, a favorite of mine. So that's pretty much it with the news this week. Lots happening. You know, as you saw, Bitcoin dragged everything up. Bitcoin's doing some interesting moves. Keep an eye on those ETF applications because Bitcoin and the other altcoins will skyrocket for a while after those. And, you know, they are imminent. They are coming. Check out the links down below for more information. Click that link and subscribe to us. Help us out. Leave any comments down below. We love you guys. Check out our main site, Future Forecasting Group. We have a great website there, packed full of videos and information on all different kinds of things, using our well-known skills of remote viewing. So check those out, especially our remote viewing. We did several weeks ago now, probably about 8 weeks ago now, on the up-and-coming BlackRock Bitcoin ETF and what the remote viewing data said that would do to the prices in the future. Astounding work from the team on that one. Check that out if you're into Bitcoin and if you want to, if you want to do good out there. Have a great week ahead out there, guys, but be careful out there. Things are a bit buoyant in the market. There's lots of manipulation and testing going on. These investors are getting in and they're getting in big. Have a great, safe week. See you soon. Namaste.